Welcome, everybody, back to Five Questions. This show where we sit down with my guest co-host from the Scene Snobs Podcast, and I ask them intimate questions about their love of movies. We have 5 questions to go. Today, I have Chris Rhydings. And if you haven't seen our show together, you should definitely go check it out. The podcast is available, and it's also available on the video on our YouTube. Like and subscribe. All right, Chris, you ready for the questions?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into it at the end. I want you to tell everybody about yourself, but we're going to save that for the end, all right? We're just going to jump right in.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Do you remember your first time going to a movie theater? And what was that movie? What was it like? If you don't remember, that's okay. Can you share another experience?
Oh, it depends, man. It's like, how personal do I want to get with the internet?
That's fair.
I'll put it this way. I have the farthest back I can probably remember is maybe seeing original live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in theaters. I think that's about as far back as I remember seeing a movie, but it's like little snippets, you know what I mean? Like, I love that movie and I have seen it numerous times at home. I'm a big Turtles fan. People who know me my day to day, I'm a Turtles fan. But screw it. Probably the most, we'll say, traumatic theater experience. I think it was like my very first date. Oh yeah, you're going on a date. Yeah, go to the movies. I went to the movies like on my very first date. So that was like, and I saw Scary Movie. Thinking, because I like horror movies, and I'm like, oh, comedy, blah blah. If it might have been decades since people seen it, Dave Sheridan and all such in the film, but there's a Basic Instinct scene that I was not prepared for as a young man. Where I forget who the actor is at that scene.
Was it Denise Richards?
No. It's a male who does the leg open scene.
Oh, I don't know why I remember the wrong one.
And then it was just, here's this big old ball and dick just dead set in the screen, and I'm just freaking out in my young mind, going, ah!
But I'm on a date. Why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Damn it,
and
God.
then I later found out that girl's grandmother was like multiple rows in the back to make sure I behaved myself.
Wow. Yeah, so that's a hell of an experience.
Yeah, so later on I found out Grandma also got the big old show.
Hey, listen, Grandma was probably more into that after that than you guys.
So it was very traumatic for me as a young man, going like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date. Oh God.
I definitely understand that. We've all had those experiences, but that's a great story, man. I appreciate you telling me.
Well, it's now on the internet.
That's a really good story, and that's one, like, because you're an actor and because you're out there and you're starring in movies, you need to share. You got it, because it's a fun anecdote. So I think, don't be embarrassed by that. We've all had those first dates. There's some doozies for all of us.
Oh yeah, your question just made me think of that immediately. I'm like, do you want to give the honest answer or the safe answer?
Well, let me tell you what. If I'm ever in the chair, my answer is going to be a whole lot crazier. Well, here we go. Let's go to the next one. What is a movie that reminds you of your childhood?
Ooh, I would probably say Harry and the Hendersons.
Wow, I love that answer.
I love Harry and the Hendersons. I've always been a cryptid kid. Back in the day when I was like, I think middle school or something, they had like those most likely to whatevers. And it was like most likely to meet an alien, Chris Rhydings. Because I would come to school always wearing like these alien t-shirts and stuff. I proposed to my wife at Loch Ness. Yeah. So I've always been a cryptid guy. And Bigfoot is one of those first loves there. And Harry and the Hendersons, the robotics, the puppetry, the story, just it reminds me a lot of me as a kid.
I love that. I love that very much. That's a fantastic answer. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
So good.
Oh, wonderful, sad but loving ending. And I just I can never get over it. I need to show that to my kids. I need to get on it. All right, question 3. Who's a character in a movie that you really look up to or looked up to at some point, throughout your life?
Ooh. If I want to go with we'll go with the honest answer. So probably growing up, my introduction to like horror films and stuff were mostly growing up. I would watch here in the older ones and stuff like that, but I really got into it with Joe Bob Briggs' Monster Vision on TNT, and we've talked about this previously a little bit on the other show you had me as a guest on.
Yeah.
Real Combat, that's what it was. Phantasm. I'm a big Phantasm fan, and I love Reggie Bannister. And I just thought, I was like, man, Reggie's so cool. And I was like, and even as a kid, like, because I saw it as a younger guy, and I'm like, he's an ice cream man and a 4-barrel shotgun, and what in the world? And like, I just thought he was like the coolest guy.
That's a great answer. Like, nobody would say that, but I love it. You have an indie spirit, and right there, Reggie Bannister's your guy. I love that.
I know, it's like guitar. He's playing out, like jamming out. He's an ice cream guy, kicks butt, take names, and he's also just seems like a generally cool dude to hang out with.
And a super loyal friend.
Exactly. He went back for Mike.
Oh man, time and time again.
Overall, wouldn't give up on his friends.
Damn right. All right. Can you share a time or a memory when a movie made you feel a strong emotional reaction?
Ooh. If I were to go with if I probably were to go with the most recent one where it kind of got a little perclipped, Clerks 3.
Yeah. I don't want to get that one's too fresh. I don't want to give that one away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
That one got me a bit. I'm like, ooh.
We grew up with it, so like that hit really crazily, but it was beautiful.
Yeah. Kevin Smith's recent films have really hit a lot lately for me, just on maybe it's because I'm gotten older and I'm going to resonate a bit. But that one particularly hit the emotional spectrum for me, but also for some of his Jay and Silent Bob reboot one. There's a line about fathers that I particularly liked, about like to be a dad. It's someone who cares about you. You can have different types. You have a stepdad, bio dad, adoptive dad. Yeah. Like a dad is a dad.
Yeah.
As the person who cares about you. A father, yeah, that was a potentially genetic donor. A dad is someone who cares.
I agree with you on that. And that was such a beautiful sentiment too, and wonderfully delivered, like with Ben Affleck and Jason Mewes having that beautiful conversation together about fatherhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was another element to that fatherhood aspect I really liked.
Yeah, sure. So I was like, those two films of his lately, I'm like, damn, man.
He really is. He's tugging on the heartstrings now. He's like, I'm really going to go for it.
It's like, I get past the weed and smoke. Let's cut him a little deep.
Very true. All right, question number 5. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a doozy.
Uh-oh.
No, what is something about you that you'd like the audience to know? We've talked in depth on the show about what you got going on, but maybe there's something that you wouldn't want them to know more about you.
Ooh. Gotta think about that one for a second.
Yeah, take your time. And while we're doing that, let's add to it. Chris, tell everybody about yourself, where they can find you, and what you got going on.
Sure. So do a fair bit of indie film, a little bit of directing, a little bit of sound, a little bit of acting, kind of a little all over it. Just actually shot some stuff for Fuzzy Monkey Films the other week. We shot some Wrestle Massacre 2 and we'll say a mystery project as well. That I'll wait for their team to kind of more announce about that. So we shot a little bit for that. Heavy Duty Man is a big old passion project for me, so I'm looking forward to that coming out. Hit List Video is my own production company. We work on our own stuff. We help with other stuff. There's a YouTube channel with some like a little sub stuff that I do, like I out of fun Hey, there you go. That's something I'll talk about. Just for my own jollies, I do a little 15-second video thing every now and again called Hit List Picks. And it's basically I pick a theme and I pick 4 to 6 movies that I would recommend hit the theme. Because, and then why I say Hit List Picks. And there you go. I'll go through more with that. Hit List Video. So that's the name of the YouTube channel, the production company, all that stuff. That is named after a mom and pop video rental shop that was in my hometown when I grew up.
Nice.
So before, so that for me, when I think movie rentals and getting to check out movies and getting to try out, like go to the movie rental place, get five movies for $5 for 5 nights or whatever they may be. The first one that comes up to me is Hit List Video. And that was kind of my way of bringing the past to the present for myself. When I got a little bit more into the indie film stuff that was just not acting, but putting more of a behind the scenes piece to it, I was thinking, how do I want to list that? How do I want to remember that? And I thought I would use Hit List Video.
Nice. I love that. And that's a great answer to number 5.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
not
like,
even gonna let you come up with something else. That's perfect. I love
yeah, I was
that.
like, I worked myself there. I was like, oh, that's what I could talk about.
I love that, man. And we're going to link that down below. So make sure you guys go check it out. I'm saying I'm going to link it when I put this up, but it's there for you now. So go check it out.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. Chris, thank you, man, for coming back and doing the 5 questions. Really appreciate you. Go check out Chris. Go check out his movies. It's great time. Bloody Summer Camp is out. What else can we see? Where else can we see you? I know we talked about it on the podcast, but I want to hear it here.
Oh, okay. So a few movies that I'm in already that you could watch. We have Bloody Summer Camp. There's Shriek Show.
Yep.
There's a fan film called Batman: Dawn of Fear. I have a small clip in Deadly Dealings. I'm in a couple short films, and I have a bunch of stuff coming out in the coming year that have been filmed over the years, like Heavy Duty Man and Killer Camp Out 2. Really looking forward to Killer Camp Out 2 coming out. That was my first time working with Angel Bradford, and we spent multiple days together filming random shenanigans.
It's funny you mention it. I just watched one of Angel's movies earlier.
Oh, cool. Which one?
I watched Desperate, I think it's Desperate Hours.
You mean Desperate Souls?
Desperate Souls. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of all over the place. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately, but yeah, I watched that today because they are reviewing it on a friend's show. And he asked, and it was funny. He sent me the link for it, and he's like, "We're going to review it tonight. I'd love you to come on the show and talk about it with us." And I was like, "All right, I'll check it out." And I watched it, and I'm like, "I know her. I know him. What's happening here?" You guys show up all over the place.
Yeah. So I was like, got to work with her on a couple things, and that was the first one I worked with her on. So I'm looking forward to seeing the shenanigans of that. She beats me up a lot in that movie. It'll be fun.
She takes everybody out.
Oh no, I play kind of play like a dorky guy, and she kind of bosses me around, I think that'll be fun.
You guys do such a great job. You, my friends, you've been killing it lately. I wish you all the good fortune. Thank you so much for coming back to do the 5 questions with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, everybody go follow Chris. Go check him out. He's got some really fun stuff coming out. And Hit List Video just sounds awesome. So why aren't you there? Why aren't you there subscribed already?
Oh, thank you.
But until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Remember to hit like, remember to hit subscribe. And remember to hit that bell because you're not going to know when everything comes out if you don't. Until next time, check out the Scene Snobs. Follow us for more, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.